Hi, first graders. Today we're going to be working more with our math strategies for solving problems. We're going to be using our math tools, our 10 frame again. You're also going to need your bag of double-sided counters. And today we're going to need one more thing to help us out. That other thing is going to come from your Foundations journal. This is for your phonics. If you open it up inside, what I want you to get out is just your whiteboard. Okay, it will look like this. You're going to need your whiteboard and a marker. We're going to put these to the side. We don't need these quite yet, but I want you to have them ready so when we get to that part, you can be ready to do it with us. First, we're just going to talk about our math strategies again, and we're going to use the 10 frame and the counters. So you can pause the video if you need to go get that so that you are ready to follow along with me today. All right, hopefully you have your tools ready. Here is the problem we're going to be working on together today. Now I'm going to read it a couple times and we're going to think about what do we need to do to solve this problem. So it says, 4 dogs are napping, 5 dogs are playing. How many dogs are there in all? Now you might be thinking already of a strategy that you can use to figure this problem out, but I want you to slow down and really think about what is the problem asking us. So we have 4 dogs are napping, 5 dogs are playing. How many dogs are there in all? Part is the most important. In all, when we see those words in all, it means they want us to figure out how many there are all together. So it doesn't matter what the dogs are doing, we're trying to find out how many dogs all together. If you look below, they've set it up for us already. 4 plus 5. That's what we're going to be working to figure out. Now I'm thinking of some different strategies I can use. I want to show you them right now, and I just want you to follow along with your math tools. Okay, here is my handy 10 frame. This is in my math tools pack. We are going to be using this to solve our problem today. I'm going to use my counters too so that we can set this problem up and we can see it together. Now I know you don't have the problem in front of you, so I'm going to read it one more time. 4 dogs are napping, 5 dogs are playing. How many dogs are there in all? So what I'm going to do is use my strategy of using my double-sided counters to solve this problem. So I'm going to let my red colors be the dogs that are napping, and my yellow will be the dogs that are playing. So first I need to find 4 dogs are napping. I need 4 red counters. I'm going to start always in the top box. Whenever we fill out a 10 frame, we want to start in the top and work across. Then once we fill that row, we can move on to the bottom. The reason that we want to do that is because when we're missing some, when we don't have every box filled, it will just be easier to count if we always start in the same place. All right, so I'm going to start with my napping dogs. 4 dogs, so I want you to follow what I'm doing and put 4 red counters on your 10 frame. Now my other number is 5. 5 dogs are playing. I'm going to switch and use the yellow side of my counters so that way we can see that these 2 different numbers are going to come together to give us one new number. Remember, fill up the top before you move to the bottom. So even though this is a different color, I still want to take up that whole row. Now I can move to the bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 yellows. Now I'm done. The only thing I need to do is to count up how many do I have all together. Count with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 dogs are napping all together. Now, our goal is to be able to recognize numbers on this 10 frame. So maybe right now you already knew that if the top row is full, that's a 5. If you do, that's great. And then you can just count on the rest. If you don't know that yet, that's okay. We're going to practice that a lot. But that's why I want you to make sure you put them in order. So I have my 9 counters to represent my 9 dogs. Now I want to show you what this will look like on a whiteboard too. You don't need to write this part, I just want to show you. When we use our whiteboard for math, it doesn't really matter what side you choose to do it on. We have all these lines that help us when we're doing phonics, but it's not a big deal to me. You pick a side that you can work on. Now this is what our problem, I'm going to take this and just put it in a written form so you can see down here. So our problem was 4. Here's our plus sign. That means we're adding, we're counting on, and then we had 5. Whenever we see a math problem, we need to have an equal sign. Whatever comes after the equal sign is going to be our answer here. So your problem should always match. I'm going to say that a lot. Your problem should always match. So if I have 4 as my first number here, I should be able to look up here and see 4. Make sure that yours matches mine right now. If it doesn't match, take a second to fix it. 4 red dots for 4 napping dogs. 5 is my next number, so I should see 5 yellow dots for 5 playing dogs. And how many is that all together? I know because we already counted. 9. I hope that you were able to follow along with me and get the right answer, 9. If you weren't, please remember you can have your parents help you out. You can always pause the video or rewind the video and go back to if I'm going too fast, or maybe you just need to see it again. Pause it and rewind it. You can always watch the videos again to make sure you're getting it. Okay, now I'm going to have you try one. Okay, we're going to use the same strategies. That means we're solving it the same way. We're going to start with just our 10 frame and build it with our colored counters. And then I'm going to have you write it as well onto your whiteboard. So make sure that you still have your 10 frame, your counters, and your whiteboard. Here we go. Okay, here's your new problem. I want you to try this one by yourself. I'll read it for you first. 7 dogs are running. 2 dogs are eating. How many dogs are there in all? Remember that in all is very important. It means they want us to add the numbers together and find out how many all together. If you look down here, they set the problem up for you too. This is called an equation. They set the equation up for us. 7 plus 2 equals, this is what we're trying to find. So the first thing I want you to do is to get your counters and your 10 frame, and I want you to build this on your 10 frame. Then, if you want to try to get your whiteboard and to show me with an equation just like this how you can solve it. Now, I want you to try to pause the video and do your work. I don't want you to see what I'm doing along until you have solved it, and then I'm going to show you how we solved it, and you can check your answer to see if you got it correct. But right now I want you to think about how to solve it with your counters, to solve the problem, and when you think you've got it, when you think you're ready on your 10 frame and your whiteboard, start the video over to check your answer. Pause and solve. All right, here is that problem solved. Right now I want you to check and see if you did it the same way as me. The first step I took is using my 10 frame. I made sure I had 2 different colors to show my 2 different numbers. 7 dogs are running. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It should match. 7 is my first number here. I see 7 red dots. And remember, I always want to start at the top and fill the row before I move down. Now my next part should match too. 2 dogs are eating. 1, 2. Do I have it down below in my equation? There it is. Now I can count all together to solve and get my answer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 is my answer. Did you get it? Sometimes I like to stop and give myself a little happy face or a star or a check if you got it right. Nice job. If you didn't get it, that's okay. Fix yours right now so that it looks like mine if you didn't get it correct. The cool thing about math too, and really all of school, we have so many chances to work with problems like this and to try again. So if you didn't get it, that's okay. We're going to try again. Make it match. When you're matched like mine, we're ready to move on. That's it for today. Remember, I said we're going to take a really slow start. We're going to make sure we practice with these strategies so that we really have them down and we can become great mathematicians moving forward. Give your brain a little kiss. It's working hard for you, and you are doing fantastic working at home. Now, make sure that you clean up your stuff. We want to make sure you keep track of those counters, that you keep track of your math tools and your whiteboard. So please, please put them back every time you are done and put them back where they belong in your backpack so that we don't lose them. My counters are going back in my bag, straight back to my backpack, so I am ready for next time. See you next time.